Running along very smoothly. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Car Smart TV. Got a customer that brought us a 2006 Club Car DS and said it won't crank. So we're going to dive in and find out what's going on. Got us the Kawasaki FE290. And let's see what we get here. Getting there a little bit. Getting a little something out of it, but we're going to go through the basic routine anyway. I'm going to just make sure the fire's there good, and got my spark tester. Let's see what we got. Looking pretty good right there, so I'd say that's not going to be the issue here. Next, we're going to check, make sure our fuel pump is putting out like it's supposed to, that we get into the carburetor good. Just pop that line off of there, which there's fuel there, so let's see if it does good pulsing here. I'd say that's pretty doggone good. So, we're going to go ahead and put that line back. Take our air hose off next and give it a shot of gas there and see if we can't get it to start that way. If that is, then the next thing I'm going to do is jerk that carburetor off and get it cleaned out and go from there and see what happens. So, getting ready to use a little bit of nitrous in a can. Just kidding, guys. Brake, parts cleaner, carb cleaner, all of them will do what you want it to do here. So I'm going to shoot a little bit down the throat of the carb, see if we can get this thing to fire up, and then we'll proceed from there. So what I done there was I just pretty much bypassed the carburetor. I just kind of forced some liquid nitrogen in there, nitrous oxide, and basically just wanted to make sure that it was going to fire up on just a little bit of starting fluid or whatever, and give it a second to run, because what that's telling me is that we either got a stuck float, choke circuit might be gummed up all bad, or it could just be bad gas in here that's caused this carburetor to get green on the inside, not allowing the fuel to go through and burn off right. So we're going to jerk this carburetor off of here and get it cleaned out, put it back on, and see what happens. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so you can see right down in there those little black particles. It's all it takes to get one of these carburetors to act up like this cart's acting up. Plus, keep in mind, guys, that fuel is a big issue in these small engines like this and in these smaller carburetors. If you have to use ethanol gas, you need to put an additive in with your fuel so that it'll help sort of dissipate some of that ethanol that they use in this gas. Now, if you have somewhere in your neighborhood that's got ethanol-free gas, that's what you need to be running in these golf carts all the time if you can help it. So you only do yourself a favor by running the ethanol-free gas if you can. Alright guys, so I went to finish off the service checklist here that we do for our customers on these carts, and again, that's, checking the tire pressure, checking to make sure the brakes are good, checking the filters, and checking the oil, checking the air filters, making sure if they got any lights or anything like that, we make sure everything's operating basically. And so I went to check my oil, and when I pulled it out and I looked, I seen that the oil level is a little bit more than what it should be, and it was a very heavy smell of gas also. So in the gas world, when you have an issue with the carburetor, you probably gonna want to go ahead and check the oil too. Just check the level and then give it a sniff on the oil that comes off the dipstick, because it very well may smell like gas, which is very possible because we do run into this from time to time when we have carburetor issues with the club car motor. But it's as simple as draining it out and getting the oil and filter changed back in it, and everything will be back to the way it's supposed to be. And hopefully this will help you guys out, maybe determining that might actually help too. If your cart ever reacts like this one is, first thing you would want to do is just check the oil level, because that could tell you a lot about whether the fuel is basically flooding out into the block, or because it's not getting fired off due to the fact that it's having a carb issue. Fuel could be getting by and getting down in the crankcase, which could end up a very bad thing for the bearings down inside of there, because the gasoline is basically washing them clean of all the lubrication they need from the oil inside the block, and which could dry them up and make them pretty much freeze up and just disintegrate. So just check your oil, guys. Oil's changed, all new filters, spark plug, all that good stuff. So now we are going to take her out of mechanics mode. We're going to put the seat back on. Alright guys, if you have a gas cart like we was working on right here, but it's not a club car, say you got an Easy Go or a Yamaha, what we did here to make sure that you do have a carburetor issue, you can do the same with any of those brands. So just keep that in mind. And then just want to stress to you guys, if you have non-ethanol fuel in your neighborhood, by all means please run them in these carts, because these small engines and small carburetors do not like the ethanol brand gas. But if you have no choice, be sure you put an additive in that fuel so it will help protect the carburetor. And take her for a spin. Along very smoothly. there you have it. Good smooth ride. Hopefully another happy customer, and hopefully this video helps you guys out. Don't forget to hit them buttons, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all them good things. Make sure you get them good. If you have any questions, as always, please comment on the page. We will absolutely get back to you. Or dig up our phone number. Give us a call, guys.